Aristotle said that we are what we repeatedly do. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. For a business to succeed, what is the most important aspect for it to succeed? Is it the strategy? Is it finance? Is it marketing and sales? Or is it senior leadership? Various research have shown that it's none of these. Culture is the most important driving force in an organization. There is a saying, culture eats strategy for breakfast. So my topic for today is organizational culture. But what is culture? Organization culture is a system of shared assumptions, values and beliefs that govern how people behave in an organization. Any human organization, it can be a small company, it can be multinational, it can be a village or a country. Over the time, it develops its own unique culture, it develops its own unique identity. There are various cool definitions of culture. The one I like is culture is the way we do things around here. So that means you have to be here to know how things do work. I mean, it's very difficult for outsider to know your culture. I mean, the subtle practices that are ingrained in the organization, it's like the DNA of the organization. There is another definition is culture reflects the lessons we have learned in past and that were passed on to the next generation. So the lessons were learned through hard work and over the time, and that's the wisdom which was passed on in the organization. Culture in a way has to look backwards. I mean, where did we come from? What's our history? So in literature, there are various models of culture. The one particular which I like is Edgar Schein's 4 layers of culture. He said to understand culture, you have to peel away the layers to get to the heart of the organization. So starting with the topmost layer, values. So companies will publicly declare what their core values are in their annual statements, annual reports, and they will try to build a foundation based upon those values, those core values. And if you peel that away, you reach beliefs. Beliefs are they are kind of more advanced than values. It's about how people talk about issues in the organization. You peel that away, then you reach behaviors. It's the day-to-day way in which the company operates, its daily work routines. If you peel that away, you reach the heart of the organization. It's the paradigm, a set of assumptions and beliefs which are taken for granted. They are not usually talked about, but generally understood by the people in the organization. Talking about values, here is a company whose core values were communication, respect, integrity, excellence. But these great values, right? But these were Enron's values. Just because they stated them, that doesn't mean they lived them. And that had severe consequences on Enron, its employees, its customers. Let's look at another company whose values are deliver together, act responsibly, trust the team. Any idea which company is this? Bank of America, right? So you can see, I mean, bank certainly walks the talk. It certainly has a lot of programs like diversity and inclusion programs like ECM, Widno, Lead, Flag Masters. It has leader chat sessions, it has mandatory trainings, code of conduct, global recognition, CSR, employee engagement. So these are various examples that bank is working towards its culture, unlike Enron, what Enron did. One way to look at culture is the iceberg analogy. This is a famous analogy they use to describe culture. In an iceberg, only 10% is above the water, 90% is below the water. What is above the water is reflected in your values and beliefs which are below the water, which you cannot see and which are built up over the time. Above the water are the artifacts, how people talk, how people behave, how people communicate, the language, the greetings they use. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. Majority lies below the surface. uh, the part that sinks the ship is below the surface. Below the surface, uh, you have your values and beliefs based upon. Sorry, totally forgot about. Okay, values and beliefs based upon your traditions, beliefs, your leadership style. You have your power relations, decision-making models, religion, worldview. So these are the aspects which are below the water, which builds up the above the water, which we see in the iceberg model. You have seen companies like Google and Disney, etc. They are having some epic culture. So how did they do it? I mean, these companies did not come out from another portal or another dimension, or not pass through membrane from another reality. They did it here. So the question is, how do we improve culture? Free beers on Friday? I mean, that would not help. That would just create some epic drunk guys in the hallway. So that would be another topic for another day. But I like to wrap up with